6 minutes after 9 o'clock, it is time for Carol Ann Baldwin in the Garden with Carol Ann. The phone lines are open. This is a full-hour show, if you didn't already know that, and you are a part of the show. So if you'd like to be on, whether it's to just wish Carol Ann a Happy New Year, or ask a question about your garden, or try to figure out something in the news that seems like it's aimed at farmers, should be something you should be concerned about with your little garden. That was something else we asked you, by the way.
Okay.
Then the number to call is 622-9622, because I might not repeat the question correctly. Good morning, Caroline.
Good morning, Larry. Real good, real good. Last Tuesday of the year. Let's,
Two days, 15 hours, something like that?
Something, I can't count that high. I don't have enough fingers.
Well, I have a thing on here.
Yeah, that's the countdown. Yeah, that's the countdown. But yeah, it's the last Tuesday of the year. It's amazing. It's a nice day today, overcast, but we've been that way the last week or so, where we start out real cloudy, but by the mid-afternoon we reach our high, which is unseasonably warm in the mid to upper 80s, and have a great rest of the day. So it's
you want to jump right into the phone?
Sure, why not?
All right. Did Matt stick around? Matt just came and left, didn't he, before?
I guess so. Okay. Yeah, he just came through.
Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Good morning, Carol Ann.
Morning, Sonny.
By the way, Happy New Year.
And to you.
You had a good Christmas?
Yes, sure did.
Great. Well, I have a little problem.
Okay.
I got these mushrooms I've never seen before.
Okay.
They are humongous.
Yeah.
They're the size of almost, like a pie plate.
I was gonna say, or a saucer.
Bread plate.
Oh, okay. Like a saucer or something. Yeah, sure. They're in the lawn.
Yes.
Okay.
Stem is about as large as your thumb.
Yeah.
And these are very large. And
right.
I'm wondering, since I've never seen them before, is there something where I should be really concerned about, or just pick them up, your root and all, and try to get rid of them?
I would just try to get rid of them. They're not anything that's damaging your lawn. It's more than likely what they call fairy ring. Even if they don't look like they're going in a circle, it still comes up by that name. They come up because there's organic material underneath the ground, and so of course we want organic material, but every so often these fungi will pop up and show. There's nothing you can do to stop them. The only thing you could really do is, when you see them, go out there with a bag, whatever, and pull them up. Pull them up before that mushroom fully opens, and spread spore.
So fast. That's the other thing.
Yeah. Yeah, you might not see them in the evening, and next thing you know, the next day they're there.
The next day you wake up and you look out, and there's this big giant mushrooms.
Right. Yeah, there's nothing you're going to do to necessarily prevent them, except by eliminating the spores. So if you go out there, you might even just check. They're there. Go out there, pick them all up, put them in a trash bag. Just get rid of them. They shouldn't have an odor. They're not the stinkhorn or anything like that. So gather them up. If you can get out early, the earlier, of course, the better is going to be before they open, because usually it does take them several hours before they'll open and begin to disperse any spore, which starts everything over again. None of the lawn fungicides you put down are going to stop any of that. I would watch the fertilization, and maybe in the later part of the year. I don't know what your fertilization schedule looks like in the lawn, but I would probably be about the only thing I'd watch, and water. But we've been warm and humid here this winter, because it's kind of odd to have them here end of December, to have those mushrooms come up. Usually that's something we see in August and September.
Well, I've had mushrooms before. You just go out and pick them up. Mm-hmm. The small ones.
Right.
I'm saying really, really large.
Yeah, these ones just happen to be massive, and it could just be to the time of year that they're showing up. I would just pull them up and get rid of them.
Yeah, well, that's what I've been doing. But I just was wondering if that was something I should be more concerned about, because I've never seen them before, and I've been living here since the end of 1996.
Right.
2
Nah.
years now.
Yeah, they just mushrooms just sometimes just pop up, and you may have them for a few years, but the fastest way to get rid of them would be to pull them up and
Right.
prevent them
Okay.
from coming back.
All righty.
Alrighty.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, WOCA, for the programming, and really like it. Oh, one last thing is I do enjoy the agricultural report that's given out on
Yeah.
WOCA also.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting, and it's nice to know what's going on.
That's exactly what's going on with the
We're
food
talking
source in
about-
Florida.
Yeah, that's what's right. What's going on with our food that we eat. All right, thank you very much.
Thanks. Have a great New Year. Happy New Year.
everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you, Sonny. Nice. Thank you for the sweet comments. So that reminds me that somebody.
Right.
There was a story on the Agnet reports.
Okay.
And I think it was about something smelly. I can't remember what it was now. That's why I was hoping the person would call. But it was an Agnet report.
Okay.
And so it was for farmers.
Right.
So in general, the question would be, like if there's a greening story,
Right.
do we have to worry about greening in our little yards if we're not farmers? So do those farmer stories affect us with little gardens?
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Because if it's an issue that's going around in the industry, it could be going on in your yard, and it could be that it's weather conditions that are causing it.
Right.
It could be that there was a problem with seed production from the year before, that it causes a shortage or things like that. But sometimes, yes, especially with the greening, because if it affects your trees, you're cutting your trees down.
And you do have another phone call.
Yeah,
And so if the person who asked me to ask Caroline, I'm so sorry, I didn't write it down, but I was in the middle of doing my news when you called early this morning.
Right, okay.
Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
I have a question about papaya and anthracnose.
Okay.
I have the Bondi copper fungicide, the stuff that's concentrate. It's supposed
Okay.
to be organic style. But my question is I sprayed it when they were large, not turning yellow yet, but
Right.
still full size, but they still got the fungus on them. Is this something that you need to start spraying when they're small, like with the flowers still on them?
Generally,
Like peanut?
Most of the time when you start to get under a spray program, it's usually something that starts when they begin to leaf out in the early part of the year before even flowers come on. And then soon as, you usually you try not to spray anything when you have flowers present. Which with the papaya can be an extended period of time, but usually, your copper's not really a big issue. Just watch your timing on time of day when you're applying it. But for fungal problems, you're going to spray on a regular basis, generally probably about every 30 days.
Okay, all the way up until you're ready to pick them off.
Pretty much, and then just read your read the label on a pre-harvest interval of how long you need to wait between your final spray and harvesting.
Right, and another thing, I think I read somewhere that it was a preventative. Does that mean that if once the fungus is on, it doesn't really stop it?
Right. It's only going to slow it down and act as a preventative to prevent the further carrying on. To keep it from going. It may not totally eliminate it. So that's why usually you try to spray something like that before that fungus happens in the first place.
Okay, good. Well, thank you very much. And
You're
have a
welcome.
Good New Year.
You too. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
We will take a little break and be right back. The show is still in the early stages of the show, so if you want to call Caroline, you can call after the break or during the break. You can wait on hold if you don't mind. The number is 622-9622, the last In the Garden with Caroline of 2015.
2015. Wow.
Just about ready to
Where'd the year go?
jump the calendar.
Yep.
And you got a brand new manatee
Got a
calendar.
brand new manatee. Got to turn the page.
We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny and very warm today with a high of 83 to 87. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy tonight, those ranging from 65 inland to 72 along the coast. For tomorrow, clouds will limit sunshine, a warm, humid day with a shower in spots, high 82 to 86. Thursday, warm but humid with intervals of clouds and sun. There can be a shower, mainly in the afternoon, a high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retooled.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out.
New shows? Check. We are Baldwin. Some new talent? Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
We are Baldwin.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking: will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
All right, 19 minutes after 9 o'clock, Carol Baldwin is in the studio live on December 29th, 2015. You're listening to a live show, and you're invited to be part of it. If you want to call in with a question about your lawn, your garden, your plants, something to do in the new year, your resolutions.
Gardening resolutions. And I do have a list of some 2016 plants that you might find in some garden centers around that are supposedly new varieties. Some of them say coming out this year, which I don't, being I'm looking at it, or coming out next year, which I'm looking at it in 2015. Are they hopefully meaning the 2016 year that you may be able to find them in? So that's what I'm hoping. But on the last caller talking about the anthracnose on papaya is, it's going to be something that you're going to want to try to prevent, because what this is that it attacks maturing fruit. So you want to try to prevent that when it's beginning to, the fruit are beginning to come on. It presents itself with small water-soaked spots. I don't know why I have a hard time saying that. That enlarge and turn brown or black and become sunken. Eventually, it's gonna damage that part of the fruit that, by the time it's ripened, that spot may be quite large and really ruining a good section of the fruit, or possibly the whole fruit itself. So as the fruit are coming on, I would probably give it a good spray in the early spring. You figure our growing conditions in the summertime, where they're getting plenty of water, lots of sunshine, humidity's high. It's a fungal happy store. It's a Toys R Us for fungus. So put yourself on a spray regimen if you've had that problem before, and just read the label on your product to find out your interval and on how often to spray. But usually it's if you're looking to try to prevent something, you're going to get 3 sprays pretty much right in a row, spaced somewhere between 10 to 14 days apart, and then at a 30-day interval after that as a preventative. Just, again, read the labels on your pre-harvest interval as well as your spacing and how many times a year you can put it on.
And you have another phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Carol Ann.
Yes, good morning, guys.
Morning.
Hey, my stepson received as a gift a little Christmas tree, and what it is, according to what I got off of this little label here, it's a Spartan Jupiter.
Juniper?
Now, is that a tree or a bush? It's only about 12 inches high, and it had little lights on it. It's like a real cute little Christmas tree, but I told him when he's done with it, he brought it over yesterday, I would plant it in the yard someplace eventually, but I'd like to have some advice on it from you before I do this.
It's Spartan?
It's spelled Spartan, Jupiter.
Okay. Let's see. I'm not. It gets pretty big. I just did a quick check at just the first images. Now the first images. Well, let me see. Are showing it at least looking like it's going to be something bigger than that. Hardiness zone to 9, so we're okay for us. What are we looking for? I'm looking for average, fast growing to 15 feet tall and 3 to 5 feet wide.
I see it on the other side here. It says 15 feet high and 5 feet wide.
Yeah.
That's pretty good size.
That's something to put on the further back on the property, but it looks like it has a really nice shape.
Yeah, it's kind of long and thin,
Right.
Tall and thin.
Well, if you figure about a 15-foot, that's not even that big of a tree. That if you have a nice spot in your yard where it can be a focal point where you could make that an outdoor Christmas tree every year as one planted, because it looks like it holds its kind of that Christmas tree shape. That it's not something that you're going to have to constantly be shearing to keep it into that. It's something that's going to grow into that type of shape, and easy care, full sun. They're saying as with anything, watering needs, once it's established, it really is not going to need a whole lot of other additional watering. And especially with us, I would watch the water, because we have a tendency to kill those things.
Yeah, it suggests arid dry.
Right.
But then a little lower on planting steps, it says make sure it gets water once a week, whether it's artificial or from the rain.
Well, during initial planting, you got to water it a lot, and that's usually what happens is established, we sometimes do overwatering on that. But as it takes that good 6 weeks at least in the initial part of it of watering for the first week, like every day, the second week, every other day. And you're really just going to take, if it's just a small one, a watering can out there and dumping a gallon or 2 gallons of water on it, once a day, then every other day, then every third or fourth day, and then like once a week for the next several weeks. And here in our winter times where we're usually quite dry, going out there for that, about once every 10 days or so and giving it a little bit of additional water is going to make it establish real well. And then in the springtime, fertilization, usually after that, especially if it's been in the ground, well, the first year, I would probably give it some additional water until our rains kicked in. The next year, only in the wintertime, maybe a little bit of additional water, and then let it do its thing. It should be fine without being on an irrigation system.
Because, it's only 12 inches high. It's just a little guy.
Right.
It's nice looking. I was thinking of maybe transplanting it into a larger pot and kind of babying it for a little while until it gets a little bigger.
Yes, you could do that. Just make sure whatever pot you're putting it in, it has enough room. If you were going to try to keep it, say, for another year where it's going to be up probably by up to at least 2 feet, by, say, next Christmas, I would make sure you've got it at, do you know what size pot it's in now, approximately?
It can't be 6 inches.
Okay, so you need to put that up to at least about what we would call a 2 or 3 gallon pot.
Yeah, I've got a couple. I've got the perfect pot for it.
Yeah, and get it in something where it's got enough room. And again, same thing as if you were going to plant it in the ground. When you're going to transplant it, is you're going to want to make sure those roots are not just a wad. You know, straighten them out. You know, wiggle them out some. Good soil in there. It's in a pot. It's going to be potting mix. Go ahead.
What kind of soil should I do these kind of evergreens or whatever these are, like a sandy soil, or should I buy some regular topsoil?
Just potting mix. If you're going to put it from one pot to another, you're just going to use a potting mix.
Just a potting mix.
Just a potting mix. And if when you pull the one out of the pot, work over something that you can knock dirt off, and you can mix that with your potting mix. Because it's probably it's got the commercial kind of stuff on it right now.
Yeah, should I do that? And mix it in with potting soil.
Not in the ground. You don't use potting soil. In the ground, you use garden mix. Yeah. And even then, you amend the area, not the hole. Because the hole, if planted properly, 6 months after you plant it, those roots should no longer be in that hole. They should be out in the area.
Oh, okay, very good.
Right.
It's such a cute little guy. I was afraid at this point, put it out in the elements with full sun, which has been kind of warm lately, and then we got some cold weather probably coming yet, and and it's dry. It's the dry time of the year, and
right.
That's why I can kind of baby it along,
Yeah, well, yeah, and I wouldn't baby too much. I mean, because it's a tree, it's a shrub, it's not a house flower. It's something. If you put it in a bigger pot, set it outside, set it in the sun. Just watch it doesn't dry out there in the pot. If you are real concerned if it was going to drop real cold, bring it into the garage or the carport, but it doesn't need to be covered. It survives to zone 5. That's got to be, we're zone 9. Zone 5, you're talking probably at least up into Jersey, if not, further than that.
Oh, okay, so I'll take your advice. I want to thank you very much, and I want to thank you how much I enjoy your program and how helpful you've been for me for all these years you've been on the radio, and I'll be looking forward to next year. And
all right.
You have a great New Year's, and I'll call you next year.
Thank you, and to you and yours.
Bye.
Bye now.
There you go. Next year's just a few days away.
Just another week away. Look at that. This time next week, we're next year.
So I'm going nuts trying to find that article about something. There was something smelly that I don't know what it was. And it wasn't that big.
It wasn't the
that
plant.
Big plant.
It wasn't the plant. It wasn't the stinkhorn mushroom.
I don't know.
Well, that wouldn't have been something on a
farm show.
No, not too much, because that's usually a problem with the homeowner, because it's right there by the front door or something in your mulch that comes up. The farmer, he's just going to get rid of this.
So I have a funny little story. We got about a minute, so I can do this. I gave my daughter-in-law an ant farm for Christmas.
Oh, cute.
And, it was like the retro look.
Right.
And it says on the thing you can order the ants online.
Right.
But you can also get them from your yard.
Right.
And then it says you cannot order the queen. It's illegal to order the queen through the mail. So we were joking. Can you imagine being in jail for that?
Going to jail for ordering the queen ant?
What are you here for? What are you in for? Oh, I ordered one of those queen ants.
Yeah, they would probably more fine you.
So if you get the ants and put it in the ant farm without the queen, they'll still do their
They'll still do their thing. They just won't reproduce. And that's what it is that just in case the kid gets tired of it and dumps the thing out in the backyard, you're not introducing an invasive species or an odd species foreign species into the environment.
All right, well, it was a fun gift. All right, we'll be right back. Got a half hour left. We'll be right back.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Cleveland officials urging calm. That after a grand jury voted not to indict a white police officer in last year's fatal shooting of 12-year-old Tamir Rice. Nico Jones was among the protesters last night.
If you truly care, if you truly have a sense, an ounce of humanity in you, you will stand up against this injustice.
The boy was pulling out a toy gun when the officer arrived at the scene. The hunt for so-called affluenza teen Ethan Couch and his mother has ended in Mexico.
The two disappeared last month after the teen missed a probation meeting meeting. The 18-year-old's case got national attention after he killed 4 people in a drunk driving crash 2 years ago. He avoided prison by claiming he was too spoiled to know right from wrong.
Fox's Abby Huntsman. Couch could face up to 10 years in prison if he violated his probation terms by drinking. Severe weather plaguing much of the nation has led to more than 600 flight cancellations nationwide. Fox News. We report, you decide.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but got nowhere. It's hard. Then my daughter was born. Now I have the best reason why to quit in the world. I just need the right how. I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
The Nicoderm CQ patch has unique extended release technology that helps prevent your urge to smoke all day. Tweet hashtag What's Your Why at Nicoderm CQ for a chance to win valuable prizes. Use as directed. Behavioral support increases chances of success.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic.
Andro 400 Max, the best all-natural testosterone booster. Gain energy, lose belly fat. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion brings together business and community partners, economic development leaders, and educational providers to connect employers with qualified, skilled talent and job seekers with employment and career development opportunities. Tune in the first and third Wednesday of each month at 9:30 a.m. to Career Source, Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 840-0750. That's 840-0750.
Located next door to Silver Spring State Park and a few minutes from historic downtown Ocala, our award-winning Holiday Inn Express Hotel and Suites of Silver Springs is a place to stay for a friendly, memorable, and fun experience. Enjoy our fast and free Wi-Fi, complimentary hot breakfast, and free parking. Whether you're in town for work or play, our friendly staff will make you feel right at home. That's the Holiday Inn Express and Suites of Silver Springs, proud sponsor of Friday night Marion County High School football on WOCA, The Source.
Who doesn't love heading out on the boat with a family, hitting the ATV trails with friends, or blazing new stretches of highway with riding buddies? Your toys are your ticket to outdoor fun. At the McDonald Allstate Agency, we get to know you and help make sure you have all the right coverages. Plus, when you bundle your coverage for your car and your home with your boat, motorcycle, RV, or more, you can save up to 30%. So call the McDonald Allstate Agency today at 622-2333 or stop by one of our 2 Ocala locations at Calla Hills or the Jasmine Square Plaza.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Savings vary.
Hi, this is Brad. I want to take a moment to talk about a serious issue. In the next 5 years, the aviation industry is projected to have a shortage of commercial pilots. Now is the time to start training. Ocala Flying Club has started a scholarship for the youth of Marion County ages 17 to 24. The club will donate up to $4,000 towards a pilot's license. This will help get the student on their way to obtaining their commercial pilot license. If this sounds like something you would be interested in, or if you know someone that would be, please contact Ocala Aviation Services, 861-7484.
Located in Ocala, Renstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Renstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Renstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Renstar at 352-629-5800.
25 minutes before 10 o'clock, it's returned to Carol Ann Baldwin. Sorry. In the garden with Carol Ann.
Take the drink before you go on there. Yeah, we are. We're pushing the end of the year, just a calendar year. Not, we're actually in the middle of a gardening year in a way
right.
because the fall, the cool season plants, like we're having cool. Just hold on to your horses though, because we have cool weather coming. It looks like the first part of the first 15 days at least. I did a 15 day of the year. We'll be back to seasonal. The first week going with the 60s, but it looks like for highs, the second week might be in the mid 70s, which is still that's still nice weather. It's none of them are going way down into the super cold. But if you've planted pansies, if you've planted some petunias, and they're just looking sorry, it's because of the weather. Don't overwater them because they look wilty. That's just going to kill them faster because they don't like to be wet. That's why we do well with them normally at this time of year, because the amount of rain we have is usually limited. Humidity is normally down, which that's what these kind of plants like. I mean, in northern states where they're planted in the springs are not necessarily real wet. They're again that you're coming out of your snow melt from your wintertime, but not yet into spring and summer rains where they do pretty well for them up there. But for us, it's in the wintertime when it's a little cooler, a little more dry for us. But there's so just give them a chance. You may need to replace them. They may have even, some of those plants, been a little harder to find. I know we've had some hard times getting some of these plants in any quantity or any quality, even because of the temperatures. We may have growers that are up in North Carolina and Tennessee, but you get them here into Florida, and I mean, it's been unseasonably warm up and down the whole east coast of the United States. The only place that's been having any winter has been further to the west, but I see that that's beginning to move over. Yeah, it's coming across. So we're going to get back into that seasonal. But I had told Larry earlier that I looked up just a small list of some plants that looks like they may be coming in to some of the garden centers possibly, or you can definitely mail order. I hate to push somebody who's not really an advertiser here with the show, but the Calibrachoa, it looks like there's, which is, it used to be one that people called, a variety of a petunia, but it's a smaller flower. To me, it's a hardier plant, more prolific bloomer, lower, smaller leaves. I like the plant. It's under its own classification now. Sometimes they go by super bells, as is one of the trademarked varieties. And when something's trademarked, do not propagate it and give it away and such like that. You're not allowed. It's a patent. It's a trademark. Or the name is trademarked, but the plant is generally a hybrid that's been patented. But there's some interesting colors that I've seen coming through the Proven Winners variety, is just as an example that you might find in some of the stores. Not all the stores carry those ones, but you can mail order. If you just do a Google search of plants for 2016, and then when one comes up, or you might even say Florida plants, but I think your spread then starts adding too many words in there. Just go plants for 2016. You find a site you like, they're usually going to ask you for your zone. And if you go with a zone 9A, you're going to go pretty well with the Ocala area. You could go 8B if they offer you that, and it should bring up. And that way it lowers the selections within that grower. And you can even take and refine that down further. Are you looking for plants for sun, for shade, for any location? And then go from there on theirs. Most of them will ask you, find a retailer that's going to possibly carry them. And you realize they're find a retailer that's just retail stores where they sell, not necessarily that every variety that they show on their site will be available there.
Is it an easier, or is it more enjoyable now that the Christmas holiday has passed for the work you do with Lowe's? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because why?
Right now, because you're back to the landscape plants versus just the holiday plants. Yeah. Holiday plants were fun, but in my particular location, we sell out of the stuff really quickly. And it's not that we don't get any more, it's just
People are buying the traditional
They
things.
buy the traditional things, and a lot of ours goes out, at least on like the poinsettias, go out through churches. They come to us to order. Not all the stores do that. And so with springtime, or with back to the landscape stuff, you're getting the hardier things, though they did have our store, I know, looks pretty empty. I think I have a delivery sitting there right now. I'm sorry, I'll be there tomorrow. And try to get some of these other plants back in because of the time of year. We didn't have a huge inventory on a lot of annuals and things, but people weren't looking for those. Now that the holidays are over, or they will be, people will be looking for their calibrachoas. They'll be looking for their petunias, their snapdragons, their pansies, all the different other winter color that we can get and put in. And realize, too, this time of year is just fine time of year to put in landscape shrubs. So if you have that potted juniper, you can plant them now. It's not going to hurt them to go in the ground this time of year. Anything grown in a container can pretty well be planted at any time of year. Just realize that you do have to water it. Because we are in our dry time, and you're just going to go out with a watering can, with a bucket, the hose. It doesn't take you all day to water it. You're just going to go out there and give it a drink. Don't throw the hose down and walk away to go do some other chores. That's too much water. Again, a watering can. If it's a 2-gallon pot, which most items that you're going to buy in a garden center, if they're in the black nursery pots, it's going to be approximately a 2-gallon pot. It takes about a gallon of water.
Do you know this is the first time I think I've had to cut my grass and trim my bushes in December?
Because it's been so warm.
I just don't think I've ever had to do that before.
No. No, you probably didn't. Again, the grass right out here is green. Still, though, it is wintertime. We will begin to have more seasonable temperatures starting the end of the week, and right here at the beginning of the new year. So don't go running out there going, well, my grass is growing, I need to fertilize it. No, it's still wintertime. The days are still shorter, the nights are longer, temperatures are going to cool down. We could get a freeze. So and if you're actually reading fall directions on the bags, they'll tell you kind of when to put them down, though they're more general. Just think of March, after they've started to green back up naturally, again in June, and one more time in September, with if you need supplemental feedings of things like iron and magnesium, those can be spaced out during the other times of year. So that's just leave the spreader in the shed, in the garage for another few months. Sharpen up your tools, sharpen the blades on the mower again, even if you've had to get it out a few times, get those sharpened. Good time of year to do that. You're not doing a whole lot of those things. Work in the flower beds. You're planting a new bed, whether it be a flower bed, vegetable bed, herb garden. Great time because it's not so hot that you can't get out there and do it.
Do you know what I wanted to mention? The gauge, I guess you call it, of the string on the weed eater.
Yeah.
If it's thinner, I like it better because thinner
breaks quicker.
It was what?
Does it break quicker? So when you hit something you're not supposed to, it.
No, it doesn't break because I have I don't know what my skirting is called. The
aluminum,
plastic.
Plastic.
Because when it's a thick gauge, it'll break right through that.
Right, and so the thin stuff.
Gets the grass and leaves that alone.
Right, because it probably is breaking it off instead.
It's busting a hole in it. Yeah.
Instead of getting your skirting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those things. That's where the herbicide along the edge of the.
I know. That's what I
handy.
should do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is make you a nice little 2-inch band. That way, if you need to get up near there, you can with the weed whacker, but not so close.
Yeah. In fact, I think I'm probably. Could I make that just out of salt water? Would that work?
Depending on if you don't have anything planted, that and vinegar. Yeah.
Salt water and vinegar in water.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
What's the formula? Just half a cup or something?
Probably have to look it up to see the effectiveness. But actually, I'd probably put some salt in vinegar and just do it that way.
Oh, just no water.
Skip the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back. You got 15 minutes if you want to call Carol Ann and ask a question about your lawn, your garden. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny and very warm today with a high of 83 to 87. Partly cloudy, warm and muggy tonight, lows ranging from 65 inland to 72 along the coast. For tomorrow, clouds will limit sunshine, a warm, humid day with a shower in spots, high 82 to 86. Thursday, warm but humid with intervals of clouds and sun. There can be a shower, mainly in the afternoon, the high 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Pozenet. Francois and Julian will help you put your retirement puzzle together. Catch Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement Saturdays at 9 a.m. on Ocala's News Talk, The Source 96.3 FM and 1370 AM.
Hey Ocala, this is Kelly Hart, Executive Editor of Ocala Magazine. Did you know last year Ocala Magazine won more awards in excellence than any other publication in Florida? And this year, Ocala Magazine was named Best Consumer Magazine in the state. Now you can join me every Friday at 10 a.m. on Ocala Magazine Radio, where we bring the pages of Ocala Magazine to life, right here on The Source. Ocala Magazine thanks you for making us number one. And remember, there is only one Ocala Magazine.
Here's what you may have missed on the John Tesh Radio Show.
So how can watching a scary film make you happier? When the scary, heart-pounding moments end, we get a surge of feel-good chemicals, which can leave us feeling happy long after the movie is over. The study finds we can save 40 cents per gallon on average buying milk at the drugstore. The first step in breaking a hair-pulling habit is to simply be aware of it, because most nervous habits are done unconsciously.
Intelligence for your life on the John Tesh Radio Show. Don't miss this stuff.
Hey, I'm Gary. And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So me, Gary McNamara,
and me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA, The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
We can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too, huh?
Well, as a matter of fact, join me every Monday at 10 for auto repair with personal care here on The Source.
Of course you do.
12 minutes before 10 o'clock. If you'd like to call in, the number is 622-9622. Carol Ann Baldwin here to answer your questions. And the year ending pretty nicely, huh?
It
You
is.
got a few scares early this year. Your husband went through a few surgeries.
He had some medical issues to wrap up the year, and it's like, okay, no more of that. We're finished, Let's start the new year with good health, but prayers out to anybody who is hurting, or needs healing, and the rest of that I have some friends going through some medical issues, and my thoughts or prayers are with them on a daily basis. So it's a tough thing to have to go through.
By the way, that photo of you and Robin was really cute.
That was a cute picture. Yeah,
it was a cute picture. Any New Year's resolutions for you as a gardener?
As a gardener, try to get out into my own yard more. I just, I get home and it's like, I don't feel like doing it. And I know the therapy it gives me when I do. It's just get away from me. I'll do nothing but that. And
So what ruins it for you? And like if you're looking forward to a nice time out in your garden, do the bugs ever ruin it? Does the heat ever ruin it?
No, I can tolerate the heat. The bugs are usually not a problem. If mosquitoes start biting, I go put a little bug spray on, and it's usually even light rain. Don't lightning on me, but light rain in the summertime doesn't bother me. No, if I'm really...
One of the things that we've enjoyed doing, it's because it's not gardening related. In a way it is, because we go to Silver Springs, which is like a big garden.
Oh, yeah, to go walk through the gardens.
And we play music out there.
Oh, yeah.
And
what a beautiful setting.
And this is where the bug spray comes in, because there's been times when, there's a few too many...
Yes,
more than you want,
Yes, and that having to deal with that when you have your hands full, trying to play music's a little hard.
Yeah, bug on your neck or something.
That you're sitting there.
Robin will be playing her mandolin. I'll see an ant in her hair. with wings. It's
Right.
like, well, what is that?
Right. What is crawling on you? And there are some of the bugs that will stop you, especially if you happen to hit an area. Say if I'm pulling weeds or things like that, and I get into a fire ant bed. That's going to stop me from that area for a while, because I'm now going to have to go, okay, I need to deal with them. Side for that to get rid of them, and now I have to switch gears and move somewhere else to keep doing, and I really had my heart set on finishing this area, and I can't.
I was confident this year that I had defeated finally that vine that was just everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw it again just the other day, and I pulled out a little bit of it, and I thought, we need some kind of a herbicide that really will do this.
You need the brush killer, but what you need to do is be able to find it when it's small and get it and be able to treat just the vine before it gets up in the shrubs.
Somehow it gets out there.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Well, because we don't see it. You don't necessarily see these vines till you turn around and you've worked Monday through Friday. You get out on Saturday morning to go do the stuff in the yard, and you go, oh, dear Lord, how did that vine take over that shrub in a week?
It was amazing to me. And you're exactly describing me, because I'm away from my place.
Right.
I get home. Now, I'm home in the evenings, but I honestly don't really spend a whole lot of time in my screened-in porch.
Right.
Okay. So these vines get through the screen.
Yes.
That little tiny hole in the screen, they make their way through it, and then they grow leaves. So it's almost like a magic trick. Like, how did that happen?
They come through. It's like growing the cucumber in a jar. Yeah.
Can you do that?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you just stick the end in there, and
that's cool.
That's how they grow. What was it in Japan? Is it they grow square watermelons? They put boxes around the watermelons.
Oh, and as they're growing, they have no choice. Okay.
Has to be square. So it fits in the refrigerator.
That's
better.
all there is to that trick? Just putting it in
Just putting the flour, once it's setting into the container and letting it finish.
How did they get the ship in the bottle? How do they do that one?
That one you got me. I don't. They build it in there because I've seen kits. But just thinking of a new year coming forward, an item to do, and I have. I have to look for my other item. Mark your calendar if you're interested in edible gardening. Now, we've done the Florida Gardening 101, which is your whole landscape and things like that, which also encompasses some edibles in the landscape or in the yard. But here's one that's strictly, it's to the Edible Gardening 101. Everything in it, the 5-day class, is strictly edibles. It's $30 per person, $50 per couple. It's non-refundable, but it does cover your materials and light snacks. Need to register by January the 25th. So you got a month to register, but this is going to run from February the 1st through the 5th. These are evening classes, so if you work, maybe you can have a chance to do this from 6 to 8:30 in the evening. And it's going to begin on Monday the 1st with composting and organic gardening, to edible landscaping, which is how to integrate edible crops into the landscape itself, growing fruits in the home landscape, micro irrigation, how to get that to where you don't have a whole lot of waste of water within your landscape, and vegetable varieties for us here in Marion County. Thursday, you get into the herbs and growing tropical fruits, the papayas, the avocados, things like that.
Stuff we love.
The stuff we love that we're really on that borderline, but more varieties are coming about that will grow and thrive and do well here. The sorrel, sweet potato, sugarcane even. So if those tropicals are on your mind to add in possibly, and then Friday on the final day are going to be your pests and diseases in your vegetables and how to control those, how to prevent them. So really, just a great, if you want to learn how to grow your own. And we have, that's been such a big push actually over the last, I want to say 5 years or more. People have been more and more concerned over where their food comes from, possibly growing their own. A lot of it came with the beginning of that recession, that we're just now finally working our way out of, is because people were out of work. And when you're out of work, your income is down. And if you can grow some more of your own, here's a way of doing, going about that. And so here's a whole 5-day, and it's going to be an intense, you'll learn a lot in that 5-day course. You got 2.5 hours, which I'm sure part of that's going to be a break in the middle to stand up, stretch your legs, and change when they change over gears, because they 2 1-hour classes on that with question and answer plus handouts to take home and study about. Great deal. Really for $30 for a single, $50 for the couple. Look into it if it's something you were interested in.
So I found the top 10 New Year's resolutions for gardeners.
Oh, did you? Cool.
From landscaping.com.
Okay.
Number 10, build a patio this year or a deck.
Right.
Number 9, install a water garden.
Okay.
Not sure what
nice.
that is.
Yeah, water gardens bring water feature into the landscape. It's soothing.
Okay.
It's
10 and 8. This is 8. I will have limbing work done on any trees that present a hazard.
Okay.
Get the limbs cut.
Get right.
Yeah, that's a good one. I will define my landscape design tastes and implement them. I will define my landscape design. What does that mean?
That's just figuring out what it is you actually
What do you like?
Yeah.
I will grow some plants that will enhance my fall landscape design.
There you go. People looking for something to bring in either color or texture, flowering in the fall.
Number 5 is I will provide maximum visual interest for the winter landscape.
Okay. They're looking for something to...
Number 4, I will stop complaining about watering and instead work on improving my water conservation.
There you go.
Kind of what you just talked about, right?
Yeah, micro irrigation and...
Number 3, I will stop complaining about mowing the lawn and instead explore low-maintenance alternatives to lawns.
There you go. What that is planting removing lawn and planting beds instead.
So you don't have to cut it.
So you don't have
but
to
you
mow
still
the
got to
grass.
weed it.
Well, you may have to weed. You use different ways of ground covers and things like that to help eliminate weeds as well.
Number 2, stop complaining about garden pests.
Stop complaining about the bugs and realize that you can do.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the number 1, New Year's resolution for gardeners, according to landscaping.com.
Oh, okay.
I will fully enjoy my yard rather than being a slave to its upkeep. I
There
will
you
stop
go.
to smell the roses.
There you go. That's the best way to do. Best way to do. And one little quick thing. Everybody who knows about the 326 market, they're actually moving down the street.
Really?
They're let me see what I got here. Yeah, Kathy wanted to let everybody know that it's moving to Wandering Oaks.
It's wandering.
It's wandering. It's wandering down to Wandering Oaks. It's still going to be on 326.
No more llamas? No more llamas?
No, I guess no more llamas, but they're going to have room to grow. To become a bigger, better farmer's market. Come shop your favorite vendors. They're still going to be there. You can. It's going to be at 1860 West Highway 326 on Thursdays from 2 to 6. So a good time. And I think that's beginning the... I can't see a paper calendar. Of course, not this weekend. The following weekend. Yeah, but it's still on December.
Oh.
Yeah, because we're still in the wrong year.
Oh.
But if you have any questions or anything, somebody who might like to be a vendor or anything, the phone number would be 352-216-4524 or on Facebook, 326 Community Market. So, yeah, get on all your technologies, your phone, your calendar.
And I got a new phone that I can use apps now that I really couldn't do that before. So
you'll have fun with that.
I'm starting to get into things like
go play
that.
on your Google Play, the Google Play Store. But come into the new year with a new green thumb.
Caroline, was this the year we started with this song, or has this song been around the whole year already?
I don't. We started it in this year. I don't remember what time of year though.
Yeah, so it's not even a year old. This song.
Yeah, not quite. Not for me. It's not.
Wait a minute. I wonder if I have it in here. Let me see.
See if we know how long we've been.
I might be able to tell you. If I put it in, then I put in the date.
Right.
February 3rd.
February 3rd. Okay, so we're going on a year.
Oh, wait a minute. That was the wrong one. That was the Ricky Nelson one.
Oh.
Hold on.
We'll figure it out.
This is called Garden 2.
Right.
September 22nd, 2014. So it's been more than a year.
Wow.
September 22nd, 2014.
2014.
Caroline, thank you so much. Have a
Thank
happy
you,
new
Larry.
year.
You too.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.
Fox News Radio, I'm Pat O'Neill. Commuters from the Midwest to New England slipping and sliding with snow and freezing rain in many areas. A week of severe weather as many along the Mississippi worried. In Missouri,
Governor Jay Nixon says his state is currently in uncharted waters.
I mean, if that river hits the targets that are predicted right now, that is higher than the Mississippi River has ever been.
Flights around the nation have been delayed or canceled, with many disruptions in the Chicago area.
Fox's Kelly Wright. Country singer Craig Strickland is missing after going duck hunting in Oklahoma. The body of a friend who went with him was found yesterday.
If anybody could survive this, we all know that it could be Craig. He's a very fit individual, very strong individual.
Fellow Backroad Anthem band member Toby Freeman talking to Fox News. Home prices jumped 5.5% in October from a year earlier. The report cites low mortgage rates, tight supplies, and steady job growth as the reasons. Fox News. We report, you decide.
I smoked a lot and quit a lot, but got nowhere. It's hard. Then my daughter was born. Now I have the best reason why to quit in the world. I just need the right how. I want this time to be my last time. That's why I choose Nicoderm CQ.
The Nicoderm CQ patch has unique extended release technology that helps prevent your urge to smoke all day. Tweet hashtag What's Your Why at Nicoderm CQ for a chance to win valuable prizes. Use as directed. Behavioral support increases chances of success.
I had fantastic results with the Andro 400 Max. Probably lost 35 pounds, and more impressive than that was the inches I lost off of my belly and my waist. And the increased energy is fantastic.
Andro 400 Max, the best all-natural testosterone booster. Gain energy, lose belly fat. Go to andro400.com or call 888-400-0435. 888-400-0435.
Today in Florida Ag News on the Southeast AgNet, plummeting gas prices, well below $2 a gallon in some markets, is a huge Christmas present for consumers and a boost for corn and cellulosic ethanol. The nation is witnessing the lowest gasoline prices in about 6 years, along with the lowest oil prices in more than a decade, as the U.S. produces more oil, starts exporting oil, and larger producers flood the world market. Growth Energy's CEO Tom Wee says the combination helps consumers.
Low gas prices really help consumers. You'll see consumption go up, which we've witnessed over the past year with lower gasoline prices, lower fuel prices, and the demand for ethanol has gone up with it.
Virtually every gallon of gasoline in the U.S. has at least 10% ethanol, and more retailers are selling higher blends through a USDA program to install new blending pumps. Wee says the ethanol exports have also picked up.
The most recent trend is China is buying ethanol. More and more countries are realizing the advantages, not only to their consumers of a cheaper, higher performing, cleaner fuel, but it's also their way of contributing to the reduction of carbon use.
Wee predicts all of this will help ethanol break through the artificial blend wall of market saturation that led the Environmental Protection Agency to tighten targets under the Renewable Fuel Standard.
Did you know consumers are learning more about the nutritional benefits that are packed into 3 ounces of lean beef? In 15 years, Your Beef Checkoff has funded research that has more than quadrupled the number of lean beef cuts to nearly 40. Research supported by the Checkoff shows that in each serving of beef, consumers get protein for muscles, B vitamins for brain function, iron for blood, zinc for their immune system, and 5 other key nutrients. Learn more at mybeefcheckoff.com. Then spread the good news about your Checkoff investments. Paid for by Your Beef Checkoff.
I'm Josh McGill for Southeast AgNet.
This is a public notice. Local